Hey everyone, so I wanted to take a minute to talk about Israel's Iron Dome, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's the country's aerial defense system. Earlier this year, I worked on a piece about the Iron Dome, what it is, what it does. And normally, when it's in the news, it's in reference to conflict going on between Israelis and Palestinians. So imagine my surprise when I saw Iron Dome trending here in the US in reference to conflict in DC. So in the past, the US has provided funding for Israel for its Iron Dome. But that funding was cut in a recent spending bill. So some House lawmakers brought forth a bill to allocate $1 billion in funding for Israel and its Iron Dome. And it created some really heated debates on the House floor. I think some of that stems from the conflict earlier this year, which has really opened up discussion as to what America's role in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict should look like. But again, opened up some really heated discussion on the House floor.
I will not support an effort to enable and support war crimes, human rights abuses, and violence.
If you believe in saving lives, Israeli lives and Palestinian lives, I say to my colleague who just besmirched our ally, then you will support this legislation.
So I would encourage you, if you don't know much about the Iron Dome or even that relationship between Israel and the US regarding the Iron Dome, I would encourage you to check out my piece, but I will give you a little bit of a teaser about the US having a vested interest in Israel and the Iron Dome. Firstly, because the US sees Israel as an ally. I think that was really solidified a few weeks ago when President Biden invited the new Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett to the White House. Additionally, the US is very interested in that Iron Dome technology and using it for American troops. So if you would like to check out my piece, head on over to our website, particularly because the Senate will pass its own version of this bill. So expect the Iron Dome to be back in the news again soon.